Hi, welcome to the Canon Academy. We are Homeschool, and this is Preschool Lesson 8. Today we are going to learn 3 words that we will need to know for our first story. 2 of those words will be written with a capital letter and with lowercase letters, so there will be 5 flashcards for these. The book we're reading from is going to be the alternate Dick and Jane book. And our first story will be about Dick, the older brother in the story. So, let's move on. This is the name of the little boy in the story. His name is Dick, capital D-I-C-K, Dick, Dick. And this is probably a nickname for Richard, which sometimes was Rich, Richie, Dick. Okay, the next word is the word look. And this is the way it would look if it was at the beginning of a sentence. At the beginning of a sentence, we always have a capital letter. And this is capital L-O-O-K. Look. Look. I should say that the name of the little boy is capitalized because we always capitalize our names. Here's the word look again. This is lowercase l, looks like a stick, O-O-K. Look, look. Now our last word is the word O. We might go O or O. Just depends on the punctuation. So this is capital O-H, and it's the word O. And there's no other way to sound it out. The H is silent. Here it is again, the way it would be at the end or the middle of a sentence. O, H, O. Now, if we open, okay, I want to show you the back of the book first, because inside the book are 6 different books, and they all have several stories in them. So, if we open it up, and we go to page 5, and it says 5 here, we see that this is from the book We Look and See. We Look and See. And you can see there's going to be some animals and toys in there, but not exactly in our first story. If we turn to page 8, we have our stories, or our contents. And there are several stories here. This is our first story, and it tells us to go to page 9. Our first story is about this little boy. His name is Dick. And we'll look at the pictures first. Look, it is the fall or autumn season. And we know this because the leaves are falling off the trees. And somebody has gathered them in a basket. And Dick is standing on his head there. And then, oh, he falls and his feet hit the basket, and he tips it over. And it lands on top of him, and everything in it spills out on him. So let's see what the words say. First we have his name, Dick. That's who the story is about. Then it says, look, look. Oh, oh, oh. Look, look. Oh, look. And that's the end of our first story. Now, we will review the story and the word cards again in lesson 9 before we move on to the next story. Now, I would like to ask you some questions. So, who is the story about? Yes, a little boy. Do you remember his name? Dick. That's right. And what happened in the story? What was he doing? Standing on his head. Yes. Yes. And when he stood in his head, did he do it very well, or did he fall over? Mm-hmm. Right, and the basket of leaves fell on top of him, didn't it? Yes, very good, very good. Now, this will probably be a short lesson today. We're going to go over a few insects and a couple of animals that you might be seeing right now with it being spring outside. Our first insect is a honeybee. This is the word honeybee. Now, as you can see, the honeybee is sitting in the middle of a flower, and it looks by the petals, it might be a daisy. Yes. So, what the bee is doing is sipping the nectar from the flower, because bees love flowers. And they go from flower to flower, sipping the honey, and also the pollen on the flower gets stuck on its legs and things, so then it lands on another flower and leaves some pollen behind and picks up some new pollen and helps pollinate the flowers to make them grow. So it works really well because the bees get the nectar and the flowers get pollinated so they can make seeds and make new flowers. And the honeybees take the nectar back to the hive and they make honey from the nectar. And when the baby bees hatch from their eggs, they eat the honey. And bees, they like to be with other bees, just like people like to be with people. So they live in large groups, and there are often over 60,000 bees in one hive during the summer. What do you think honey tastes like? Yes, it's very sweet. A lot of people like to put it on toast and things like that. Our next insect is, yes, a butterfly. This is the word butterfly. It says, in the summer, many caterpillars do something very special. They turn into butterflies. Butterflies have beautiful wings, and they come in all different colors. What colors do you see on this butterfly? Right, there is some yellow and orange. Yes, I see white and brown and some black and some reddish orange. Very good, very good. Butterflies live among the flowers, and many of the butterflies like to sip nectar too with their long tongues. It helps them grow. Now, if you have a pond near you, you might see the next thing that I have, these little animals. They usually live on ponds and lakes and things like that. And sometimes you might find them under a bush or something in your yard where they've just hatched and their parents have made nests. These are little ducklings. And this is the word ducklings. So many baby animals are born in the spring. And as I said, these are baby ducklings because they are baby ducks. Ducklings hatch from eggs just like other birds do. They love the water. Can you see the water here? They learn to swim with their moms and dads. They have webbed feet that help them paddle in the water. Have you ever seen ducklings in the spring? I bet you have. I know here in the city, a lot of restaurants and hotels have small ponds, and you can go there and watch them. Some of our parks in the area have ponds, and they have ducklings and geese and things on there, on the water. Now, webbed feet. Okay, that means their fingers and their toes do not go down like ours do. They would have something in between them like this, which is called webbing, which helps them catch the water and swoop it out of their way so they can swim. Our next animal is a squirrel, and this is the word squirrel. Who can tell me what that squirrel is doing? Yes, it's eating. What is it eating? An acorn, right, an acorn. It sure looks like it's shaped like an acorn. And look at its little fingers holding on to that acorn. It has a long bushy tail. So how do squirrels get ready for the winter? In the fall, they gather lots of food like acorns and walnuts and hickory nuts. I've seen them do that. Then they hide the food. This way, they have lots to eat during the cold winter season. Now, you might have noticed some animals sleep in the wintertime, but not a squirrel. You'll see them running around even on cold days, and sometimes if it snows, you can see their footprints in the snow. Squirrels live high up in the trees, and they build their nests there. How do you think squirrels build their nests? What would they use? Yes, twigs and leaves, just like the birds do, but only a squirrel's nest is probably a lot bigger than a bird. Now, you probably have noticed that there are a lot more animals than just squirrels and birds, and more insects than just bees and butterflies around right now, because it's spring and all the animals and insects are coming out. So what you can do, even if you live in an apartment, you can go out of your apartment with your mom and dad, your grandma, your aunt, whoever it is that you live with, and maybe take a walk to a park or something, or in your neighborhood, and you can watch and see what kinds of animals and insects you see. Even from an apartment window, you can notice these things, because a lot of times birds land on the ledges and the windowsills. If you live in a wooded lot or have a yard, you can look out your window or go outside, and while you're outside playing, just look around and see what kind of animals and insects you notice. Okay? And we'll talk about more of these in another lesson. So this has been Preschool Lesson 8, and I hope that you have a very good day. Enjoy yourselves. Be good to whoever you live with, and pick up your toys. Okay? From the Cannon Academy, have a good day. Bye.